Just talking to that. I want to check. Test 1, 2, 2. I'm seeing a signal here on this screen going into the yellow.
Check, 1-2, 1-2. Good afternoon, lacrosse fans, and welcome inside the Eddie Bush Memorial Arena on the shores of Georgian Bay for today's Ontario Series lacrosse action between the visiting Ennismore James Gang and your home Collingwood Crews. My name is Lucas Arger alongside Collingwood Crews Senior Beat Lacrosse Productions on the Collingwood Crews YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in for the second match of this season between the Crews and the James Gang. Crews are coming into this game with their last opponent being the James Gang in a 12-5 loss 2 weeks ago today. Ennismore coming off a win against Hamilton and a loss to Coburg last weekend. Both teams sitting at 1 win and 5 losses. Looking to get back in the win column here this afternoon. Officials for today's game, Braden Bax and Dan Nakatsu. First draw won by the James Gang, going left to right on your screens in black jerseys with green and yellow trim, while the Crews are in their whites, a little different from their baby blues they've been wearing all year, but they're whites with blue lettering. Gareth Haig, a big absence from the lineup today, so expect the Crews defense or offense to look a little different here today. As that was Jignick, that was going in on net, tried the crease dive, but official says he was in the crease, no goal. James Gang back on the attack on offense. First of 2 games from this arena today. If you like senior lacrosse, tune into Senior B right now. And then later on tonight, it's going to be Major Series lacrosse between the Owen Sound North Stars and the Six Nations Chiefs. So be sure to tune into that one on the Major Series lacrosse YouTube network. As that offensive possession is disrupted by Brody Rice, as Liam Vollins was trying to get to the net. James Gang's leading scorer, 16 goals and 7 assists for number 2 in black this season. Backdoor feed for Ty Burke, scores. Ty Burke spent a little bit of time down in Australia the past couple months. Decided to come home and play some Senior B lacrosse, and he's rewarded with a goal. It's 1-0 Collingwood. Face-off violation committed by Ennismore. Crews are going to get the ball. Graham Bergsma, captain of this Crews team, entering his 4th season. Maybe more, but I know it's 4 for sure, as I was told. Bergsma. Down for Jignick. Inside feed intended for Hickey. He couldn't connect, so a bit of a different lineup. Pickoff now. Shot. Good save. As we'll get our starting goalies in here quickly. Riley Finn for Ennismore. And the Crews, it's going to be Oliver Vanio. Finn making his first start of the season, so no stats on him, as Online has provided us on Game Sheet Inc. But for Vanio, had 4 starts this season, but hasn't been able to secure a win, so he's 0-4 currently. Vanio tries the outlet feed, but that got picked off by Sebastian Reynolds. Jersey change today, usually number 32. He's wearing 10. Inside feed right there, intended for Daniel Clark. He couldn't handle it. Loose ball is picked up by Ethan Marwick. Down the stretch, Lockyer Fagan shoots off the crossbar. You could hear the rattle for that one, but that goes up and out of play. Crews are going to get the ball back, though, as Lockyer Fagan has it again. Tries to get past Regan Martinell. Gets the pick from Hickey. So Haig is out of the lineup today. Big loss for Collingwood. That shot just misses. That's going to be over and back against Collingwood. Ennismore is going to come back. Possession started by Vollins. Played junior for the Calgary Mounties. Now out here, coming to Ontario. He's out there with Clark right now. Up top feed. Vollins tries to get his hands free, gets the pick. That's going to be moving. It's going to be a turnover, as he was trying to find Avery Cook up top. And there's Cook playing a little bit of defense. Bergsma can't handle that pass. Running across the timeline with it for the James gang was Nate Allen. Now down for Reynolds. Nick DeLauro is out there with the ball. 16 points for him this season. Rebound controlled by Lockyer Fagan. Now he's got to Bergsma on the righties. Shot, that hit the post, and that sails all the way back down towards Vanio. That was Hickey that let that one fly. Lockyer Fagan shot, saved from Finn. Rebound controlled by Collingwood. We're just past 5 minutes here. Only goal of the game scored by Ty Berg to make it 1-0 for the Crews. Forsyth. Lockyer Fagan sets the pick for Hickey. Loose ball. It's going to be over and back, and it's going to be Ennismore possession. Ball loose now along the floor, and that got picked up by Jack Longmore, who was able to get a shot off, but couldn't beat Vanio. Titus Chapman with it. Pass picked off. Partial breakaway. Chapman back in on defense. Look out, someone coming in off the bench. Allen running with it. Gets it back up top for DeLauro. DeLauro with it. Not a lot of time left on the shot clock as Ben Baker picks it up. Could be numbers here for Collingwood. 3-on-1. Jignick, Hickey, shot, just misses. Loose ball, look out. That's a good, solid hit. That's going to be a push against Ennismore. Here comes Hickey with it. Bergsman, Forsyth, going to be the two righties out there a lot today. Forsyth's shot just misses the net. Loose ball. Picked up by Max Taylor. First year playing senior lacrosse is Taylor. Played junior with the Green Gales and Whitby Junior A. It's over and back violation against Ennismore, so Collingwood's going to get the ball. They were asking for a illegal substitution call. They thought the defense from the James gang went early. That shot got blocked. Shot scores! So the shot, I believe, was blocked by an Ennismore player. And while the ball was bouncing in the crease, you're allowed to pick it up. So that's what Jignick did. And he's on the board. It's now 2-0. DeLauro with it. That face-off violation was against the Crews. There's Vollins coming down with it. Ennismore wanted a penalty on that one, saying that he was held, not going to get it. Down the floor, Hickey skips off his stick, loose ball in the corner. Now he's going to get it. He's going to roll it all the way up to the timeline, trying to find Bergsma. That gets tipped by Ennismore, knocked me over and back. DeLaro's going to get it as he was still out there on the floor after that possession. DeLauro to the middle, shot, that rings the iron. Loose ball then picked up by Clark. Vollins. Shot, scores. So Vollins able to get to the middle. Throws a couple of fakes, gets it past Vanio. Ennismore's on the board now, 2-1. So that's going to be a face-off violation against Collingwood, or against both of them. So officials are going to say it's going to be a redraw. Face-off won by the James gang. James Gang with it, as that's going to get passed down to Reynolds. Save from Vanio. Loose ball down there on the floor, going to get picked up by Colton McNutt, former member of this Cruise team, traded in the offseason to Ennismore in exchange for cash. Could be numbers here for Cruise. Backdoor feed intended for Jignick. He can get a clean shot off. Sudan involved there. That's going to be a penalty. So I was checking my notes, so I didn't quite see the play, but I did see that Sudan was on top of Vollins at the end of it, so he's going to go to the box. You can see him and the official chuckling a little bit, so it's going to be a holding infraction to Sudan. And Ennismore is going to get their first power play of the game. Clark, Vollins, DeLaro. Shot scores from Clark. So a little bit of a passing play and then just an outside bullet from Clark. And it's 2-2. Draw one by Ennismore. Now loose ball and picked up by Taylor. Streaking in. Shot saved from Vanio. That was a good run from Taylor, even though he's on his wrong side, still trying to generate something. And now Bergsma is going to get it. He comes across the timeline. Here's Burke. Great to see him back in the blue and white. Jignick, he draws a penalty. Going to have the call come here. That's going to be another hold as well. As the culprit this time for James Gang is going to be Tyler Grandel. So 2-2 game. So 2-2 game, and Collingwood looking to get the go-ahead goal and restore their lead, but it's not going to happen on this possession as that play's broken up. Outlet to Taylor. Taylor on Vanio. Taylor shoots, scores! So shorthanded marker on the breakaway. Gives the James Gang the lead. It's now 3-2 for the visitors. Martinell and Morgan back at the face-off dot. Morgan wins that one. So Collingwood just gave up the lead. Can they tie it up? As they still have work to do on this power play. 1:20 remaining on it. Burke, Forsyth, Hickey, Jignick, Lock your Fagan, shoots. Goes just wide. Burke comes down with it. Doesn't have long left, and that's going to be a shot clock. Going to be a reset quickly. That's going to be a reset here for Collingwood. Shot safe from Lockyer Fagan. Where is it? Underneath the pads of Finn. Outstretched feed. Down floor intended for Bryce Dennis, but he couldn't handle it. It could be numbers. Lockyer Fagan down low. Forsyth couldn't handle it. Tried to get over to Jignick. And Jignick will just pull it out. 35 to work with left on the power play. Burke, Forsyth, Jignick, Hickey, Lockyer Fagan. Lockyer Fagan. Hickey. Pass can't be handled by Burke. Loose ball in the corner. Hickey's trying to come away with it, and he does. Won't have long, though. He's got to work. Jignick. Shot, that goes off the helmet of a James Gang player. Good soak by J.J. Briers. Right off the back of the dome. He's going to feel that one tomorrow morning, let me tell you. So Colton McNutt is going to start possession with this one. Kill off the remaining 12 seconds on the power play, or the penalty for Ennismore. Loose ball has not lost his stick. So we're going to have a possession call against Ennismore, and Crews are going to get it. Hickey. To big number 93. Inside feed for Hickey. Shoots. Gets the shot off, and that was another good save from Finn. Clark. Taylor. Underneath. Crease dive. Doesn't work, and hit Vanyo a little bit, and we're going to... Net was dislodged. Down the floor, stretch feed intended for Clark. That got tipped off the stick of Evan Gray. So we only have one shot clock in-house, but we can't see it from the broadcast booth as it's on the same side as the penalty box. So can only gauge a little bit up here. DeLauro up top, outside rip, save from Vanyo. Good shoulder save, loose ball in front, another save from Vanyo. Two great saves in quick succession from 0-0 for the Crews. And they're quickly back to work on offense as we have under 5 minutes to play in period number one. It began with Ty Burke scoring for the Crews. And then it was a 2-0 game after Jignick scooped up a loose ball that was bouncing in the crease to beat Finn. But then 3 straight goals from Ennismore is where we stand from Taylor, Clark, and Vollins. DeLauro being guarded by Sudan. Can't be long left on shot clock here. Good defense by Sudan. Loose ball down there. That's going to be a shot clock violation here against Ennismore. DeLauro trying the wrap check. Not going to work, though. Burke, inside feed, shot, save from Finn. He ran through the crease. That's going to be a change of possession. Here come the James Gang. Briers with it. He was being defended, but he was able to get it over to Pollock. Two-time Meredith Cup winner in his junior days was Tommy Pollock with the Peterborough Junior C Lakers. Volland somehow managed to get the shot off, but goes right into the stick of Vaniel, and could be numbers here for the Crews if they push it. Jignick goes underneath, goes far side, safe from Finn, loose ball. Picked up, all the way down, Volland. Shot, safe from Vaniel with the toe. Good save from Vaniel, who's looked really good in this start so far. Take away the power play goal where that outside bullet just went past him, and some unfortunate transition work which allowed the shorthanded goal, and he's looking pretty solid in this start. Chapman out there on the defense, gonna go for the change. Numbers, Clark tried to get that pass, but tipped off the head of his stick. Can hear head coach Andy Glenn telling his team to ramp up the pressures. That was Ashton Lankowski that was doing a lot of it on Clark. DeLauro, backdoor feed, that gets stripped. Ball's gonna become loose, and that's a shot clock violation against the James gang. So we have 2 minutes to play in period number 1 between Collingwood and Ennismore. Remember, Ennismore won easily in matchup game number 1 this year. 12-5 was the final up at Lakefield Arena 2 weeks ago today. So there's Tommy Pollock running with it as he was able to send a bounce pass over to Bryce Dennis. Now McNutt with it. DeLauro, shot, just misses. That's going to go up and out of play. Heads up if you're in row number 4 of 4 in this building. 4 rows around the majority of the building for seating capacity, so it's a good seat no matter where you are. Just make sure you know where that one flying object is at all times. Lockyer Fagan tried to go to net, but he stepped in the crease. Going to be a turnover. One minute to play here in period number 1 between the Crews and the James gang. DeLauro thinking the wrong side shot. It's Robbie McGrain with it. DeLauro back with it. McGrain tried to set the seal, but he couldn't get it. Good pressure there from McGrain on Baker. Collingwood going to try to go for the 2-for-1. They're not going to get it. So we have under 30 seconds. Ennismore not calling a timeout at the moment. Inside feed, shot, heads up. As that was a player that unfortunately stumbled right into Van Yo. We are going to get a penalty call here. So you can see the player, still not sure who it is, but he's talking with the official right now about what transpired. So that's gonna be a 5-minute major for goaltender interference. So that's a major penalty on Ennismore. So Collingwood is going to go back to the power play, and this will carry over into the second period. But they have enough time for one last shot here in the first. 10. Lockyer Fagan, outside rip, scores! So with 13 seconds left in the power or in the period, Lockyer Fagan uses 7 of them to find a lane and rips one right past Riley Finn. It's now 3-3. There's 6 seconds left. Ennismore won the draw. Last shot, just gonna hit Vanyo, and the horn will sound. We can play 20 minutes of action here from the Eddie Bush Memorial Arena. Ty Burke got the scoring started in the game, gave Collingwood a 1-0 lead. It was then Jignick that made it 2-0 before Ennismore rattled off 3 goals. One on the power play from Daniel Clark, Max Taylor shorthanded, and then Liam Vollins 5-on-5 to make it 3-2 before Ben Lockyer Fagan just tied it up at 3-3. You're watching Ontario Series Lacrosse and Collingwood Cruise Senior B on the Collingwood Cruise YouTube channel. We'll be back with the second period right after this. Welcome back to the second period here between the Collingwood Crews and the Ennismore James Gang in Senior B lacrosse action. Let's get you caught up on what happened in that opening 20 minutes. Ty Burke opened the scoring to make it 1-0 before Zach Jignick found a loose ball inside the crease to double the lead. But then Ennismore went on a run. It was a 5-on-5 goal from Liam Vollins that started it before Daniel Clark ripped one on the power play, and then Max Taylor was able to get a shot on net that went past Oliver Van Yo while killing a penalty to make it 3-2. And then right before the period ended, a 5-minute major was taken by Ennismore. So that gave Collingwood the power play, and Lockyer Fagan was able to rip a shot past Riley Finn to tie it up again. So 3-3 is where we stand. And off that opening possession, going to be a turnover against Collingwood. Ennismore is going to kill off some time. Allen with it right now. Going to try and kill off some clock. Reminder, this is the first of 2 senior lacrosse games in this building today. Senior B action right now, and then the other one is going to be Senior A when the Owen Sound North Stars and the Six Nations Chiefs square off for the second time this season here tonight. The venue change is due to the Owen Sound North Stars Junior B team in the playoffs. Good luck to them tonight as they take on the Six Nations Rebels, looking to tie that series at 1 game apiece. But before that happens, Chase Forsyth has his first of the game. For 3 for the home side. So because that was the second goal off the major penalty, we're back to 5-on-5 action. But Grandel is going to have to stay in the box for the full 5 minutes. So back to even, but Grandel won't be on the floor anytime soon. That's for sure. Clark. Good save from Vanyo as Blaemeyers threw a bit of an underhand bouncer. Ty Burke, outside rip, hits the end boards. Unable to get up with it to stop it, so that's going to be an overback violation against Collingwood. Vollins being defended by Sudan. Gets to the top, that's going to be another penalty, but he's going to score anyways. So the penalty is going to be washed due to the goal, but that's going to be Vollins' second of the game. 4-4. So Vollins able to work around the top there on that pick, and Vanyo hasn't had the best success here in the league this summer. Coach Glenn before the game said that Vanyo is going to be on a bit of a short leash, but it hasn't gotten away from him yet because he's doing the best that he can right now. He's only allowed 4 goals on about 18 shots. Shot saved from Vanyo. Shot, save from Finn. That was a good 2-on-1 between Baker and Chris Harland. So going to be a reset here. Remember, we only have one shot clock working in the building today, and it's right beside the penalty box. So we can't see it from our vantage point. Jignick is going to fire that one. Not going to get to it in time. That's going to be over and back. And running onto it for the James gang is Jack Longmore. So Lockyer Fagan is staying in on offense, so it's going to be a 4-on-4 possession, but that's not going to matter as Vollins has the hat trick. No one really got up to him on the defense right there, and right near the top of the 24 dotted foot line, he was able to let one go. And it's now 5-4 Ennismore. Tommy Pollock, shot, save from Vanyo. Pollock unable to find the bouncing ball as it was spinning a little bit. Now over to Evan Gray. Loose ball, he's being pressured. Vollins picks it up. Lockyer Fagan is going to stay in on offense right now. I can see that Dante Mancini is getting the equipment on. He may be seeing some action today. Shot clock violation against Ennismore. Collingwood gets it. Here's Sudan. Now to Titus Chapman. He had Bergsma inside, elects to send it over to Hickey. Down low, Lockyer Fagan. There goes Jignick sweeping through. Lockyer Fagan wants the pick, not going to get it, so he's going to send it behind. Crease dive, doesn't count. Loose ball, then picked up by the James gang. Jignick has it. Good defense right there by Kyle Morley-Whitten. Whiten? Apologies if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. Hard pick by Burke on the back of Morley-Whitten. So that's going to be a turnover there against the Crews. 5 minutes have surpassed in period number 2. Collingwood able to fully convert on the 5-minute power play, and then Ennismore got a couple back, so they now have the 1-goal lead, are the James gang. DeLaro being defended by Jordan Roberts. Shot, scores. So that's it for Vanyo, as after 6 goals today, that's going to be it for him. Plays just over 25 minutes of action. And now it's going to be up to Dante Mancini to keep the lead at 2 as best as he can and see if the offense can do their job here. So now here comes the James gang. Inside feed intended for McNutt. He couldn't get it. Behind the back feed is a bouncer that goes up and out of play. So Lockyer Fagan has it. Outside rip. Save from Finn. Back the other way. Could be Clark. He's not going to have numbers, though. He might try to go one-on-one. Elects to settle it down and wait for the offense to come out here. Shot. Mancini makes his first save of the afternoon. Could be numbers. That pass was intended for Lankowski. He couldn't come down with it. Now back the other way with it. That's Allen. He's still got Clark out there who didn't change as that was a quick transition play. Nick DeLaro. Up top, Reynolds. Him and DeLaro are the two lefties out there. There's three righties for Ennismore. Clark goes to net. That just misses as that sailed over top. Shot clock violation against Collingwood. They could go quick here. Hickey wants it. And the offense is going to get out there for Collingwood. Ennismore still clinging to a 2-goal lead. So here's Jignick, gets the pick. Behind the back feed for Hickey. He shoots, safe from Finn. Could be a breakaway for Clark, but that's a good defensive effort right there from Brody Rice. Burke, he's got numbers, shot, that just misses. Martinell has it inside the crease. Now he's running, he gets it up quickly now for Taylor. Taylor sends it down. Up top, DeLaro shot, safe from Mancini. Mancini can throw, is he going to? He's gonna have to. Gets it over just in time, loose ball down there on the floor. Good play right there by Evan Taylor. Vollins. So Vanyo still has his equipment on. Not quite sure if his day's over. Might just be getting a breather. But in the meantime, Mancini takes his place. Outside rip. That goes into the jersey, I believe, of Scott Edwards. And he's being now chased down by Taylor as Edwards went to net, and that's going to be a penalty coming here for checking from behind, as after Bergsma's shot, he got knocked over into the net. And so next dead ball. So Mancini came in for about just over 4 minutes of action, made 3 or 4 saves. So Vanyo is going to go back in there. Just needed a quick reset after allowing 2 goals in quick succession. So Collingwood gets their first power play of the period and third of the game. 1 for 2 to this point. Remember, one of their power plays was a 5-minute major where they scored twice on. Could be numbers here for the James gang. Shot, save from Vanyo. Ennismore saying that hit them, or that hit Vanyo. Officials disagree. So they're going to give the ball right back to the Crews, and Ty Burke has it. Now Bergsma. Forsyth is the late man off the bench. Shot safe from Finn. Lockyer Fagan corrals that rebound. Jignick, Lockyer Fagan. Burke. Bergsma. Jignick. Shot. Save. Forsyth rebound. Bergsma has it, the shooter position. Burke up top. That shot hit the stick. Hit a stick. Trying to find the passing lanes is Collingwood, but Ennismore is doing a good job of blocking shots. Collingwood needs to get one. Ennismore's just going to muck it, as they call it, and that's going to be a shot clock possession, or shot violation against Collingwood. Ennismore is going to kill off some time. Not sure what happened to DeLaro, but he's down in pain, and he's not happy, and he's going to limp off. Might have taken a shot somewhere to the groin area. But I didn't quite see what occurred on that play. James Gang Minor is over. Back to 5-on-5. Walker Fagan shot. Loose ball. Walker Fagan trying to find it. Jignick has it for a second. He was able to get it over to Bergsma. Jignick gets to the middle. Shot. Save. Trickles in. Scores. Jignick with his second of the game. It's now 6-5 Ennismore. They're right back in at Collingwood. Second goal of the period. First one coming off the stick of Forsyth. Now Jignick gets in on the second period scoring. Martineau not happy. He wanted a penalty there as his stick got whacked out of his, or sorry, that was Vollins. So we're past the midway point of the period, which means we've passed the midway point of the game. 11 goals to this point, 6 of them in favor of the visitors, 5 for the home side. Collingwood able to get back to within 1 on a recent goal from Zach Jignick, his second of the game. As a bit of a wobbler / bouncer was able to trickle over the line past Riley Finn. DeLauro back out there, shot, just misses. Another shot as that came off the stick of Reynolds. Vaniel with the outlet feed, over to Hickey. Could be numbers. Hickey, bounce pass. Jignick, shot, scores! Oliver Vaniel with good eyes on that one to get it over to Hickey. And then a bounce pass over to Jignick, who came in off the bench, who was on his wrong side. And that's his hat-trick markers. We're knotted up at 6. Riley Morgan in there on that one as he wins that draw. Shot, save from Finn, as that was a good chance that Harlan just had. Nail up the floor, intended for Dennis. DeLauro, Clark. Dennis sets the pick. Save from Vanio as that shot was taken by Avery Cook. Now here's Edwards with it. Could be numbers here. Could be a 3-on-2. Could be 4-on-3. Late man's Jignick again. Shot. Save from Vanio as that got caught in his jersey a little bit. We have just over 7 minutes to go here in the second. It's now back to a 0-0 game essentially as we're tied up at 7. Off the hat-trick goal from Jignick. Coming away with it, it's Lankowski. Might have been lane to net. Lankowski versus Finn. Finn wins that battle as that was a good save that he made there on the breakaway from Lankowski, who was feeling some pressure on his backside. Shot, that goes off the boards and out of play as that one was taken by Clark. Over to Edwards. Now Bergsma. Late man's Burke. He might have a lane to the net. Gets inside. Burke. Shot safe from Finn, and Burke went sliding a little bit. able to, good trail check by Burke as Pollock's stick went flying. Locker Fagan now inside, shot low. That's a good bouncer save as Finn was able to track that one all the way. But Collingwood gets it back. Locker Fagan has it. Shot safe from Finn. Goes off an Ennismore player's stick and rolls over. Inside feed for Taylor. He couldn't handle that as that goes bouncing away and into the stick. Look out. So that's going to be a big hit coming towards the end of the play, as I believe that was Dennis that had that hit. Behind the net feed for Jignick. We're going to have a penalty coming here. So it's going to be a penalty here. Give me a 2-minute minor for illegal body check. So it's going to be number 16, Bryce Dennis, going to the box for 2 minutes or less on an illegal body check infraction. Ennismore not happy with that one. They thought it was a soft call. But it's not going to matter, as Collingwood is going to get their second power play of the period, fourth of the game. 1 for 3 up to this point. So Collingwood 1 for 3 on the man advantage thus far. The only time they converted was on that 5-minute major power play. Shot safe from Burke. Burke. Illegal body check, doesn't matter though. Shot safe from Finn. He goes down as that one was corralled in his equipment. Martinell, outlet pass. That ends up in the stick of Allen. Jignick is the man that's staying down there on offense to only allow Ennismore to have 3 guys to kill it off, and Allen shoots and that goes into the stands. Look out. Once again, if you're in row 4. Maybe people shouldn't sit in row 4. Just a thought. Under 5 to go in period 2. 6-6 game between Cruz and the James gang. A lot different game than it was the last time they played each other, where Ennismore got out to a lead towards the end of the first, early second, and never looked back. And that's an outstretched pass that gets over the center line, and Pollock's going to pick it up. He's going to shoot on the run. That just misses. Hit the end boards, though. And Edwards is trying to find it. But coming in to get it was Christian Cliff. Jignick with it. Trying to shoot. That hit the boards. Coming away with that one was Briers. Ten seconds to go in the man advantage for Collingwood. Bergsmo thinking of shooting over to Jignick. Backdoor feed. Forsyth couldn't handle it. Or sorry, he could have, but that got picked up by Briers. Outstretched pass intended for Taylor. He can't run onto it. Vanyo has it. Look out. Dennis comes off the bench, so that pass over to Hickey would have been not the wisest decision. We're back to 5-on-5 now as Dennis is out of the box. Here's Forsyth. He shoots. That hit the end boards. Hickey Inside feed, Jegnick shoots. Twister just misses. Pops in the stick of Longmore. Sudan comes in off the bench. Haven't seen him in a while due to a lot of offense from Collingwood. He hasn't need to. There's Marwick. Looking for the crease dive was Avery Cook. Stepped in it, not gonna be a scoring opportunity there. Vaniel quickly gets it to Fagan, or Hickey, I shall say. Now Lockyer Fagan has it. BTB shot, saved from Finn. Picked up by Nate Allen. Over now to Grandal. Clark, shot, scores. So Daniel Clark just coming around the top, able to get his hands free, and he lets that shot fly right past Oliver Vanyo. Taylor. Now DeLauro. That pass intended for Clark, the latest goal scorer. He couldn't find it. Now Jignick, wrong side. Tried to score again, but Finn up to the task on that one. Here's Clark with it. As we have 1 minute remaining here in the second period. It's now 7-6. Ennismore leads. There's Reynolds. Tries to go underneath. Ball pops loose. Being defended by Roberts. Doesn't have long, I bet, on shot clock. DeLauro shot. That just misses. Going to sail into row 3 this time. Row 3. So if I count that right, that's 3 balls into row 4, 1 ball into row 3. We only need 1 and 2 left on the bingo cards here today. Ennismore going to hold here for final shot potentially. 4-on-4 here as Jignick is staying down there on offense. Clark going to try and shoot. Inside shot, scores. Robbie McGrain at the end of the period able to get his first of the game. It's now 8-6. So not a lot of time left here in this period. Clock is just going to run out here. As the horn sounds, it is a 2-goal advantage for the Ennismore James gang. A lot more scoring in that period, but Ennismore comes out on the right side of it as they lead 8-6. You're watching Collingwood Crews Senior B Lacrosse. We'll be back with the third period action between the Crews and the James gang on the Collingwood Crews Senior B YouTube channel. Third period action here between the Ennismore James Gang and Collingwood crew set to get underway in that second period. A lot of scoring. It started with Chase Forsyth on the power play to convert on the 5-minute major. It was then a big spree of goals from Ennismore, including Liam Vollins able to get his hat-trick goal. Daniel Clark added a couple as well. Robbie McGrain got on the scoreboard before the end of the period as well. So a lot of goals in that period, but a couple more for Ennismore. And that's where we stand right now, and they have a 2-goal lead. And they have possession right now to begin this third period with us as we're live from the Eddie Bush Memorial Arena on the shores of Georgian Bay here in Collingwood, Ontario. McNutt. Reynolds tries to go underneath. Goalie change for the Crews as Mancini is back in net to start this third period. Looking to backstop his team to a victory today if he can. Vanio did a very good job, but he's no Dante Mancini, and he is also no Ty Burke, who gets his second of the game. Juicy rebound came out in front of him, and he had a wide open net to work with. It's now 8-7 for Ennismore. So Burke's second of the game, less than a minute into the period. A lot of time left in this game. Morgan and Martinell get tangled up in the end. Ennismore coaches are not happy that there was no call on the play there. But they're going to get the ball back here. Here's Nate Allen running with Max Taylor. Taylor tried to set the pick, but it's not going to be effective as Allen had already handed the ball off to Liam Vollins. Shot save. Mancini makes that stop. Now up top quickly, it's Ethan Marwick. Clark applying some pressure. Bergsma's got it. And what appears to be a Dutch lacrosse helmet, Netherlands lacrosse. Hickey trying to go underneath, shot safe from Finn. Outlet pass quickly up ahead to Jack Longmore. Longmore now going to go to net and tries to get a shot off, but Gray was able to disrupt that. Back underneath. Shot, what a save from Mancini. It would have spread out all the way in order to make that save on Blay Myers. Inside feed for Jignick, couldn't handle it. Martinell picks that one up. He's running along the near boards. Shot saved from Dante Mancini. Forsyth has it now. He gets checked, but still able to stay onto it. He's got numbers. Could be a 5-on-2 here. Edwards can't handle that. Backdoor feed for Jignick. He's going to get up top for Lockyer Fagan. He's going to let one fly. Shot saved from Finn. Loose ball. It was loose in the crease, but it was still underneath Finn, so play was blown dead. So now we got Ennismore with it here, and here's Nick DeLaro. Doesn't have long left on shot clock. Gonna have to get one off here quickly, and shot clock buzzer is gonna go. Gonna be a shot clock violation against Ennismore. Sudan has it. He's gonna have to try to get it across center, but slips, still able to get himself over the red line. And Bergsma gonna go to the net, down low, intended for Burke, couldn't handle the quick stick. Now here's Max Taylor. Far side between Rice and Vollins. Two having a couple of words for one another. Just a friendly conversation as Clark streaks in on net. Mancini makes that stop. Pops on the stick of Ben Baker. Clark is pressuring him. Far side. Bryce has that one, trying to play it off the boards. As soon as he came down onto his feet, he got checked by Dennis. And then ball pops into the stick of Martinell. Could be numbers for Ennismore. Loose ball now for Mancini. I was trying to get it. He tries to get back into his net, and he does. And as Edwards picks it up, it's going to be a penalty coming here. Edwards doesn't like that one. But the penalty is going to come here for a slash. I assume it is a slash. We'll wait and see what the official call is from official Dan Nakatsu. It is going to be a slash. So Collingwood gets their 5th power play of the game, 1 for 4 up to this point. So Forsyth, Burke, Jignick, Hickey, and Lockyer-Fagan are going to be the power play unit out there. Here come the picks. Lockyer-Fagan trying to work. He's got Forsyth. Back down for Hickey. Flips off his stick. Taylor comes away with it now. Here comes Taylor. He's going to run. And he's elected to back it up a little bit. Going to kill off some time on the penalty. That's good defense right there from Jordan Roberts on his counterpart, number 23. Loose ball down there on the floor. So that was good defense from Robert, and he was able to dislodge Taylor of it. And now Hickey has it. Here's Hickey. Lockyer-Fagan. Bergsma's going to get back out there. Jignick going to shoot. That goes into the netting. Going to be a turnover against Collingwood. Pollock able to run, and he's able to get over center. Now the ball comes loose. It's Gray, Burke, and Edwards. Gray over to Burke. He couldn't handle it, and he's going to slide into Finn. As I think he tripped himself and went into Finn. Ball picked up quickly by Evan Taylor. Triple team. And Taylor loses his stick. And now Collingwood could go quicker if they want to. Gray has it. Gonna give it right back to Bergsma as those two played a little bit of catch. Penalty over for Ennismore. Not gonna matter though, as that's the equalizer from Hickey. So while that won't go down as a power play marker, it'll go down as a big marker, as it is a tie game once again. 8-8 is the score as Braden Hickey converts on the quick stick pass from Ty Burke. Face-off violation against Martinell. And as Morgan was changing, We're going to have a penalty come against him. So we'll wait to see what the official call is. So it's going to be a tripping minor. It's going to be a trip against Riley Morgan. As he was going off to change, made incidental contact and took down a player on Ennismore. So James getting back to the power play. Only their second of the game, converted on their first one, as DJ Clark wired a shot past Vanyo back in the first period. So here's Baker. Shot, save from Finn. Loose ball in front. Taylor comes in off the bench, able to get that one. And he's going to leave it for DeLauro. Clark. Vollins. Shot. Mancini makes a save. Shot. That just misses. As that went off the stick of Blaymeyers. Loose ball down. Picked up by Edwards, and we might have something behind the play. We're going to have a penalty coming here against Ennismore. So Edwards was thinking about going to the net, but he's going to elect to pull it out. Bergsma backdoor feed intended for Finn. He couldn't find it. Loose ball. Who's going to come down with it? Collingwood doing everything they can to make sure Ennismore doesn't get it, and they won't. That's going to be a full reset. They have another 30 seconds to work with, but that pass goes Aaron into the stick, and after Pollock was in the middle of it, Lankowski, and after it, Clark is going to give a shot to Lankowski, and those two are not done saying to one another, not done saying something. So it's only going to be the initial that the official picked up behind the play. So it's going to be 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. And that appears to be number 10, Sebastian Reynolds, in the box. So eventually a power play will be coming to Collingwood. But for right now, we're going to play some 4-on-4 lacrosse for about the next 30 seconds. Jignick. Shot. That hit a body in front. Bergsma comes away with it. He shoots off the mask of Finn. All the way down the floor is the pass intended for Dennis. Could he run onto it? Went off his stick and into the crease of Mancini. Forsyth now running. He stays on offense, and Morgan out of the box. It's now 5-on-4. Collingwood going to get their 6th power play of the game. Lock your Fagan. That pass doesn't connect with Forsyth and goes into the stick of Nate Allen, who got it up quickly to Longmore. An 8-8 game as we approach the final 10 minutes to play of regulation time on a Saturday afternoon from Eddie Bush between the Crews and the James Gang. Collingwood got out to a 2-0 lead before James Gang were able to get it back, and then a 3-3 game is where we stood at the end of 20 minutes. 8-6 is where we stood at the end of 40, and it's now 8-8 as we've surpassed 50 minutes of action. But here's Hickey. Shot just misses. That's going to be over back violation and shot clock at the same time against Collingwood. So it's going to be Blaymeyers starting possession with it before he gets it over to DeLauro. About 10 seconds to go in the penalty to Reynolds. So DeLauro is going to wait for him to get back out, and we're going to have 5-on-5 action coming back here shortly. As look out, as here comes Reynolds back on the floor. 5-on-5 action once again as we have 9 to play in the third. Dr. Fagan, shot. That hit a body in front. He's able to get his own rebound. Thinking about the dunk attempt, going to get it to Hickey. He tries to get to middle, shot. That hit Finn, so that's going to trigger a reset. Loose ball in the corner. Ball pops out near the blue line. Going to go over center. Not going to be over and back as that was tipped down there by Morley Witten. That's going to trigger a reset right here. Now Hickey has it. Got to be careful. The late man coming over is Titus Chapman. He may have a rip, and he does. Scores! Titus Chapman with a laser bottom corner right past Riley Finn. Collingwood has their first lead since 4-3 early on in the second period. Draw one by Morgan. That pops into the stick of Harland. Pick, set, Jignick scores! Four goals on the day for number 7 has given the Crews a now 2-goal advantage. So an outside rip from Jignick coming over top of that pick has now given them a 2-goal lead. Vollins and Rice. So Vollins and Rice were being a little chippy on the restraining line. On the restraining line, and then I think it was a face-off violation against Collingwood, which is why the draw official signaled Ennismore's way. But instead it's just going to be a redraw. That one's definitely going to be early against Ennismore, so Collingwood will get it back. They've scored 2 quick goals. Can they get a third? Hickey will send it over to the captain and Graham Bergsma. Chapman. He gave him the go-ahead goal. Does he have another? There's Jignick. Chapman trying to come away with it. Hickey's going to come in for support. Gets it out quickly to Burke. Bergsma. Bergsma dips, dangles, shot, scores! Graham Bergsma with his first of the afternoon has extended the Crews lead. It's now up to 3. So 3 goals for Collingwood inside of 60 seconds has given them the advantage. So draw one by Collingwood, and after it, we're gonna have Morgan and Martinell may get tangled up here. Ennismore coaches wanted at least a possession call on that one, and they are now giving it to official Nakatsu, and that's gonna be a penalty coming. And it's gonna be against Ennismore here for a bench minor, I believe, or unsportsmanlike conduct. So a bench minor against Ennismore. So bench minor to the James gang is going to give Collingwood their 7th power play of the afternoon. So Grandal is the player that will serve it here, as we have just under 7 minutes to go in the third period, and Collingwood find themselves on a power play once again. Burke. Jignick couldn't handle that pass. That got tipped. Taylor comes away with it. Could be all the way down the floor. Clark. Clark versus Mancini. Clark shoots, safe from Mancini. Good shoulder save from the Collingwood netminder on that breakaway opportunity from Clark. Now here's Hickey. He's got Lockyer Fagan at the top. He's going to shoot. That hits the pads of Finn. Going to roll back out towards the blue line. Picked up by Ty Burke, who gives it right back to number 93. Now Hickey has it. Lockyer Fagan. Hickey. Trying to find the lanes as Collingwood. Backdoor feed for Burke. Couldn't handle it. That gets picked up by Tommy Pollock. He's going to run, looking for a man off the bench. He's got Vollins if he wants it. Vollins is going to come over to him to make the easier pass. Backdoor feed intended for Reynolds that hit the end boards. That was a little over out of his reach, and behind the play we're going to have a possession call. Didn't quite see what it was, but Ennismore's going to get the ball back. Vollins has it. He's being guarded by Rice. Those two have been matched up against one another since the opening draw. Vollins shot, hit the body of Rice. Playing without a stick, he takes another shot, and that gets blocked. Cruz fans appreciative of that one. Loose ball down there on the floor. Gray in on it. Collingwood asking why there was a reset, not going to happen, and shot clock. Officials are going to blow it dead, saying shot clock should have expired. So they get it back, but we are back to 5-on-5 as that bench minor has expired, as we have under 5 minutes to go here in the third period. Bergsma. He extended the lead. Can he do it again? Just whistles that one high and wide. So DeLauro is going to start it here for Ennismore, as McNutt is going to set the pick. He's going to re-pick for him. Takes a little bit of one up high. DeLauro lets one fly, and that goes off the toe of Vanier, and Ennismore is going to get it right back. 4.5 to go. Here's DeLauro, back door. He was looking back door, going to hold on to it. Now he goes to the inside. Shot safe from Mancini. Mancini has been perfect since he came in relief for Vanier. Jagnick tries to go to net, and that's going to be a little bit of a horse collar, and the player knew it instantly, and that's not JJ Briers. Sorry, that was 24. I thought that was 44. No, it was Nate Allen. So Allen knew it right away. And he even got up and apologized to Jagnick for taking him down like that. But here comes Ennismore's penalty kill again for Collingwood's 8th power play of the contest. Shot safe from Finn, loose ball. Both teams are reacting on potentially the fast break chance. Dennis wasn't quite in cue with Finn on that one. And right now they're just going to leave it, as it's not going to be a reset quite yet. So Dennis is now going to pressure, forcing them to pick it up, and there's Baker with it. As they're just killing off some clock. Dennis takes a good whack, and he's going to go right at Forsyth and breaks his stick. Here comes Bergsma setting the pick. Dennis is going to have to be careful here. Lock your Fagan, and Dennis lays a heavy check again. Can he come onto it? Going to be over and back, and Dennis is still out there. And he's got the ball right now. Good trail check by Sudan on that one, coming in off the bench. Could be numbers. It's Harlan. Shot safe from Finn. Loose ball goes into the corner. Taylor comes away with it. And he'll just get it across center. Here's DJ Clark with it. Taylor gets checked of that one, and that's going to go over the timeline. Here's Baker with it. Couldn't come up with it. Now he does. Late man is Edwards. Could he have a rip? He does. Shot safe from Finn as that one stayed underneath his foot. Under 2 to go. Ennismore is going to have to go quick. Allen returns back to 5-on-5. Neither team has used a timeout in this game, so they each have theirs in the third period. Ennismore needs 3 goals in 1:40. Not unheard of, but it's going to have to be quick. As here's Reynolds. Save from Mancini. Loose ball. Going to be a reset here as that was dislodged, and now up floor. Late man off the bench, it's Hickey. Hickey shoots, scores! So Hickey able to convert on the breakaway, and that may be the nail in the coffin, as the lead has now grown to 4 with 75 seconds to go in the third. Draw one by Bergsma. He was able to take that one. And he's just going to hold on to it for as long as we can as we enter the final 60 seconds to go here from Collingwood. Bergsma being well defended by Taylor. Trying to dislodge it, unable to do so. Bergsma is now just going to flip it to the open corner, and Pollock's going to get it. Going to get it across the timeline, and Finn to the bench. Going to be 6-on-5 here for Ennismore. Clark with it. Big pick from Vollins. Over, DeLauro. That hit a stick. Doesn't go cleanly on net. Rebound controlled by Reynolds. Back to DeLauro. 20. Vollins. Shot just misses. DeLauro again. Rips it. That hits the end board. That's going to be a reset. Officially going to say that's a reset. They're going to say that went off White. And it's going to come back here to Ennismore. So ball's going to start up top here with Vollins. He's got 12 on the clock. Inside feed for Dennis. DeLauro. Shot. Save for Mancini. Loose ball. Edwards has it. He's going to hold on to it, and he's going to roll it down the length of the floor. And the horn will sound. Collingwood comes away with the victory. They're second on the year. And a big full team effort here. Great coaching by Andy Glenn and Ryan McMichael here today on both offense and defense. Way to coordinate the lineup. All facets of the game. 12-8 is your final as Collingwood picks up their second win of the year. James Gang are going to fall to 7 losses on the season, 6 losses. And it was a great team effort from Collingwood today. We thank all of our viewers for tuning in to Collingwood Crews Senior B Lacrosse as the Crews picked up a 12-8 victory over the Ennismore James Gang. For all of us here at Collingwood Crews Lacrosse, my name is Lucas Arger. We say thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend as we say goodbye from the shores of Georgian Bay.